Well, I lived in Minneapolis, and I'd always worked full time as a waitress to pay for college, but the only one I could afford was in state. And I was lucky in that the University of Minnesota had a fantastic journalism program. And I had always thought I'd become a writer. So I went into the journalism program, and in my junior year, I fell in love with photography. So then I switched my major to photojournalism, and I was on my way. I think the biggest gift to me was the Minnesota Daily. That newspaper was a place where I could publish. I loved photography, but I didn't want to try to go get a job with like self-portraits and, artistic views of staircases going up water towers. I knew that I needed a published portfolio if I was to be taken seriously. So it's the Daily that really launched me, and I never looked back. And I still am so grateful to the Minnesota Daily. I would love to photograph the bridge over the river. I remember before it was enclosed, and it was just a nightmare crossing in the winter. And then it became all glass and reflections. But I never thought to photograph it at the time. And now I can see all the possibilities. One thing that I've learned that I hope will comfort students now is, when you're in college, you're suddenly in such a hurry to find the rest of your life. And I know that my career has very much been in chapters, from newspapers to magazines and books. I ended up starting a nonprofit because I learned so much about the world. I was one of the first women at National Geographic. And now I'm writing. I have a Substack called You're Not That Nice, and it's to kind of poke fun at our the journeys we take as women. And also it's based on Minnesota nice, So I'm trying to promote kindness rather than niceness. And I'm also writing a memoir. So I think it's comforting for students to know that you can pivot, and you must pivot at different times in your life. And it's so important to just follow the road that meets you, and trust your gut.